Amanda, you were telling me of a similar situation that you know of at the shelter you were at, correct?
Yes, it was more of we were a mixed shelter, and unfortunately when it's a mixed shelter of DV and homeless, I completely understand that there's needs to be care for everybody.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when it's domestic violence and then someone who may be coming in a different health mind frame, and you're in with children, there was a lot of instances where my children were put in questionable circumstances that as a mother, I asked, hey, can we have a private room? When I first went in, I did not get a private room. I had one child. The last time I went in, I had three. So I did get my private room. But the first time I went in, I just had my daughter. And someone picked up my daughter. We had to do these nightly meetings where they would make everybody meet at night. And they'd say, we want your children in bed and we want you all to come down if you can and do these meetings with us. And they talk about like house chores and all that stuff. And I showed up, and this woman that I've never met in my life walks down holding my baby, and she's not staffed, and she's not in the right frame of mind either. Begged them to put me in a private room because they had no families there. And I said, if you have a family come, please just let me stay. I'll get out the moment the family comes in, but I don't feel comfortable. They would not. The day later, I went back to my abuser because I watched it happen the second time I went in with several other women coming in with babies because they just didn't feel comfortable or supported there. And they'd rather go back to their abuser where they had some control. And I know that doesn't make sense, excuse me, to a lot of people who hasn't been in a domestic violence relationship. But if you have, that will make sense. You have some comfortability there. Leaving is very hard. Leaving is very scary. And when we leave, we need all the support we need. And that to me, that was so hard because I was so scared and no one was listening to me.